Aaron, please tidy up this place. Wow, how did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, mother of three gunned down inside the Buzz Lounge in Belize City. Jamal Samuels killed in Belize City drive-by shooting. Edward Broster helps constituents of Belize Rural Central with discounted fuel. Nurses gather for 71st annual conference. And Red Cross partners with Medicare Plus Pharmacy to host blood drive. These stories and more up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This cast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Friday, May 8th. I am LJ Wade. We begin our evening newscast with two separate murders that took place last night in the Old Capital. Salma Raquel, last night, 34-year-old mother of three, Salma Raquel Oriana Funes, a bartender from Vista Del Mar, Ladyville, was gunned down inside the Buzz Lounge located on the Philip Golson Highway. Video footage captured the entire ordeal. Funes was seated around the bar when a man dressed in a white shirt, black pants, and a white bucket cap approached her and started talking to her. Shortly after speaking with Funes, the male person pulled a firearm out of his backpack and opened fire in Funes' direction, killing her on the spot. The gunman then turned his attention to two other female workers, 26-year-old Shayanta Williams and 32-year-old Cardona Neal, both of whom received gunshot injuries. Staff officer ASP Stacey Smith held a press conference today where she announced that police have since detained a 16-year-old minor in connection to Funes' murder.
Police have detained a 16-year-old male minor in connection with an ongoing investigation into a shooting incident that resulted in the murder of 34-year-old Salma Oriana Funes and the injury of Shayanta Williams and Cordova Neal. The investigation commenced on Thursday, 7th May at around 6:30 p.m. when police were alerted to a shooting incident at a business establishment located at mile 1.5 on the Philip Golson Highway. What the investigation has so far revealed is that these three females were inside that establishment when a male person entered and began a conversation with Miss Funes, during which time he asked that she handed over a phone that was in her possession. After she did this, the male person produced a firearm and fired several shots, which resulted in the fatal wounding of Miss Funes and the injury of two others. Operational efforts were put into place as a part of that investigation, and sometime around 11:30 p.m. last night, having reviewed a number of video footage, this male minor was apprehended. I can also confirm that just a short while ago, the firearm that was suspected to have been used in the incident was also recovered. A possible theory as to that is being explored is that there was some indication that he may have threatened her before, and those messages would have been on the phone. So it is suspected that him, in his puerile state, thought taking away the phone allows him to cover the evidence. But as I said, it's an ongoing investigation, and we do anticipate that we'll provide further update on Monday.
The second murder of the night took place in the set site area of Belize City. Shortly after 8:20 p.m., Belize City resident Jamal Samuels was gunned down in the set site area of the old capital. Police say that Samuels was socializing with a group of friends when a dark-colored vehicle pulled up. A group of men reportedly jumped out of the vehicle and opened fire on the group, fatally wounding Samuels. Police believe that the murder may have been due to an internal rift within one of the local gangs.
Police are investigating a shooting incident that resulted in the murder of Jamal Samuels, 29 years of age, of Belize City. The investigation commenced on 7th May at around 8:20 p.m. when officers were alerted to the sounds of shots being fired in the vicinity of Barbara Harris Street, located in the Lake Independence area of Belize City. Officers responded to the scene, and upon their arrival, they observed an injured Mr. Samuels, who was ailing from apparent gunshot wounds. Samuels was rushed to the hospital, however, he later succumbed to the injuries that he sustained. What the ongoing investigation has revealed is that Samuel and others were sitting outside of a residence on that street when they were fired upon by an individual who was on board a dark in color vehicle. Video footage from the Crime Fusion Center are being reviewed to see how they can advance the ongoing investigation. It is not clear, however, we suspect that this incident is as a consequence of the internal rift that exists in the Bakalan area. I will also say that Mr. Samuels is known to police, having been charged just last year for drug trafficking.
Michael Warne Gladden has been sentenced to 15 years and 10 months in prison for the attempted murder of Karen Pinto, who survived a 2023 shooting in Belize City after pretending to be dead to escape her attackers. The sentence was handed down earlier today by Justice Candice Nanton in the High Court. Although Gladden was not identified as the gunman who fired the shots, the court found that he acted in concert with the shooter and was therefore equally culpable in the attack. Justice Nanton stated that a custodial sentence was warranted given the seriousness of the offense and the role Gladden played in the joint enterprise. After considering aggravating and mitigating factors, as well as time spent on remand, the sentence was set to 15 years and 10 months, backdated to March 12, 2026. The court heard that Pinto sustained dangerous harm after being shot in the abdomen, causing injuries to her bowel and significant blood loss. The attempted murder occurred in December of 2023 in Belize City. Following the sentencing, Justice Nanton added that the severity of the sentence was intended to deter similar acts of violence. Gladden had previously been sentenced to 4 years imprisonment after pleading guilty to a separate robbery charge last month. Today, constituents of the Belize Rural Central constituency received some much-needed relief at the gas pump. At 8 o'clock this morning, a line started to form at the Northern Gas Station in Ladyville. Earlier this week, UDP caretaker for Belize Rural Central, Edward Broster, announced that registered voters within the constituency would qualify for discounted fuel. Each person received $2 off each gallon, up to 10 gallons. Broster stated that today was all about providing some relief to the Belizean people.
From before 8 o'clock, we had people out there, and ever since we've been having a steady flow of people who decide to take advantage of our offer to reduce the fuel price today from $2 off each gallon. Maximum 10 gallons they can get, whether it's diesel or gasoline.
So I see that stack of $20 bills. I think alone $20. Is that the extent of what you have to give today?
Yes.
Okay, so when that's it?
Yes, when that is finished.
Almost like 1,000 or 2,000 people.
Not so much. I am proud it's not a bacon house. It's not a gimmick for election. It's a event to relieve the people of the burden that this government is putting on us in terms of the high fuel prices. If we can take off $2, the Prime Minister can take off $2 or more.
And people are coming out. What are they telling you?
They're telling us that they're happy that we're doing this and they appreciate it so much. They wish the government can do the same. The government can reduce the prices for us. We can only do it for the time being with respect to the resources that we have. And when our resources is expired, then we fall up shop. But we want to send a message to GOP that you're not looking after us. You look after the $1 million companies, and you don't look after the born-bred Belizeans who tile the earth of this beautiful country of ours. I can't understand. I would not come out here and do this, and when I get in government, don't take care of the people.
We also heard from some of the recipients who took advantage of today's discounted fuel.
Well, it's a little help, and every little help was because every day I have a run some street back there where it cost me a lot of money to fix the vehicle. Nobody fix the street. The whole place back there, a lot of right, and a lot of people live back there, and nobody seems to care.
What would you tell the government right now in relation to the fuel prices?
Well, I don't think it's supposed to be that high. I think they could cut down a bit on the taxes. If the acquisition cost is high, we can't help that. But the taxes are sure to help. Spend the money or leave it more wisely.
So this $2 per gallon come in handy?
Yes, of course, of course.
It's a good day for me when Mr. Brass said because people have got through hard times right now. And the gas thing will really put on that away ahead for the day and for the moment. It's a pity it can't be for much longer, but he, Mr. Brasson, in a power, so he could do a certain amount in comparison to other members other politicians who have power and things today do a whole lot less, you know. Yeah. And think for the community. So I mean, this is something good Mr. Brass said, and think I hope people can come out and support Mr. Brass at the same time too, because you know we need the support and thing at the same time, huh?
it saves me, like everyone else, fuel economic-wise, because every time I have to go to work, of course, we burn fuel, we burn oil and all of these things, and it has been affecting us, I believe, the whole entire world. And so this, yes, it does help a lot.
Some people would have said just $20.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Every penny counts. It's not like when I fill up, I would normally pay like 128, 130. So for now, this helps a lot. It alleviates a bit for me.
We have to put some oil.
Yes, definitely.
So what message would you have for the government in terms of fuel?
Well, I know that he can't really do that much about it because it is worldwide, but it would help to just bring it down just a notch. I'm not saying that it has to come down a big amount because, like I said, it's the world that's being affected by this.
While Broster wouldn't reveal where the funds originated from for today's project, he did say that numerous entities helped with sponsorship. Broster says that if today's event was successful, he would try to host another one in the future. The Rude Boy billboard that can be found at the entrance of Belmopan has become the topic of national conversation. Earlier this week, Belmopan pastor and missionary Adam Klausing took to Facebook chastising the billboard for promoting lewd imagery and public drinking. Following Klausing's Facebook post, Church Senator Reverend Louis Wade also joined the conversation, calling on the Belmopan City Council to remove the billboard, as in his opinion, it does not reflect the views of the capital. Today we spoke with the mayor of Belmopan. According to the mayor, there is no legislation that controls content on billboards. Here is his full response.
Regarding the Rude Boy billboard, the council doesn't have any legislation which controls content. The sign itself is contracted out through a third-party provider. The third-party provider presently leases out, I believe, around 15 billboards across Belmopan, and the legislation allows us to work with space, the ground under the billboard and the actual size of the billboard. Those are the only factors that can be considered when applying anything to a billboard as a service or as a business. The third party is in good standing when it comes to trade licenses and those types of things. So the issue has been more about the content itself, which has its moral side and it has its freedom of expression side. That is something more, I believe, for it's something bigger than the city. And as I've mentioned to some people, this type of tactic of marketing is the new way that the world has moved towards. It is not something that is unique to Belmopan. That, if I'm not mistaken, that specific billboard is in multiple municipalities. So it's the council doesn't have any legal footing which it can utilize to go after either the third party provider or the company that made the ad.
We'll take our first break and be back at more news. Stay tuned.
In May, make Benny's your one-stop shop for appliances. We have Sankey refrigerators, stoves, microwaves, washers and dryers, freezers, smart TVs, and so much more for up to 19% off. Get amazing deals for mom and appliances all May long, and don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase to be a part of our Homecation raffle to win $10,000 in December. Benny's, quality and savings.
It's a global shortage of nursing. We have active recruitment of our nursing staff to other developed countries. We are not able to compete with those countries. However, we did formulate this package that would act as an incentive. I would also like to highlight the other part of the retention package or the retention strategy of the ministry. We have increased the number of scholarships for entry nurses. We have also now provide 100% scholarships to nurses who want to specialize at the master's degree level, and these nurses do not have to pay anything towards the training course. In partnership with the Nurses Association and the Ministry of Natural Resources, there is also a land distribution program for nurses. So all of these things would be a comprehensive package that we are now offering as a strategy to help retain our nurses here in Belize.
The retention package is a good idea.
It's a start. I would hope for some improvements, but so far it's been going well.
It's a start for which I'm very grateful.
I've had many opportunities and many offers to go abroad, but I choose to stay here because I like serving my people.
Staying here in Belize is something that I want to do. I can't see myself retiring outside of Belize.
I think the best person to care for our people are very own. One of the most rewarding moments for a nurse is after they have done everything that they could do to make that patient better, and the patient gets well and is able to go back to their family.
Some of them are scared to even come to the clinic. Some of them are scared to go to the hospital. And if I can just relieve some of that stress from them, then I know I did good.
If all of us decide to leave, then who is here to attend to our people? And that is always my mindset.
Every day, we access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
She's the queen of keeping it all together. master multitasker.
Babe, can you iron my clothes?
Yes, right now. This Mother's Day, give her the gift she really wants. A moment to herself. With next-gen stream bundles, mom can instantly dive into her favorite movies, binge that show everyone is talking about, or just unwind. Give her the gift of uninterrupted relaxation. Give your mom the gift she really wants with NextGen.
Hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
It's a global shortage of nursing. We have active recruitment of our nursing staff to other developed countries. We are not able to compete with those countries. However, we did formulate this package that would act as an incentive. I would also like to highlight the other part of the retention package or the retention strategy of the ministry. We have increased the number of scholarships for entry nurses. We have also now provide 100% scholarships to nurses who want to specialize at the master's degree level, and these nurses do not have to pay anything towards the training course. In partnership with the Nurses Association and the Ministry of Natural Resources, there is also a land distribution program for nurses. So all of these things would be a comprehensive package that we are now offering as a strategy to help retain our nurses here in Belize.
The retention package is a good idea.
It's a start. I would hope for some improvements, but so far it's been going well.
It's a start for which I'm very grateful.
I've had many opportunities and many offers to go abroad, but I choose to stay here because I like serving my people.
Staying here in Belize is something that I want to do. Like, I can't see myself retiring outside of Belize.
I think the best person to care for our people are very own. One of the most rewarding moments for a nurse is after they have done everything that they could do to make that patient better, and the patient gets well and is able to go back to their family.
Some of them are scared to even come to the clinic. Some of them are scared to go to the hospital. And if I can just relieve some of that stress from them, then I know I did good.
If all of us decide to leave, then who is here to attend to our people? And that is always my mindset.
Welcome back. A San Pedro man has avoided jail time after pleading guilty to bigamy in a case involving 2 marriages while still legally married to his first wife. Hermio Javier Azevedo, also known as Javier Garcia, entered a plea agreement with the Crown for the offense, which carries a maximum penalty of 7 years imprisonment. Garcia reportedly went through a second marriage with Leslie Martinez Cruz, while still married to his first wife, Anastasia Garcia. Appearing before Justice Candice Nanton of the High Court, Garcia's guilty plea was accepted, and he confirmed it was entered voluntarily. He told the court he did not know it was a crime to remarry, but later admitted he was still legally married at the time of his second marriage. Under the plea deal, Garcia was ordered to pay $1,000 to the government of Belize and $1,000 in compensation to his first wife, to be paid within 6 months or face further penalties. Garcia was represented by attorney at law Orson O.J. Elrington.
My client was charged with bigamy a few months ago, and after having discussed the matter, considered the evidence that was before the court and the likelihood of conviction on the matter, and we decided that it was in his best interest at the earliest convenience to plead guilty to the offense of bigamy. Of course, bigamy is an offense which carries up to 7 years imprisonment, and so we opted to utilize the Plea Agreement Act, which allowed us to negotiate with the prosecution to come to an agreement as to what would be the sentence in this matter. He did not know that it was an offense to marry. So twice, yeah. So he actually accepted the fine of $1,000 and the compensation for the virtual complainant of $1,000. So the law, for those who don't know in Belize, is that you can have two sweethearts, you can have a wife and a sweetheart, but what you cannot have is two wives. That is the law.
So tell us what time frame you said your client has to pay this money?
Yeah, so he has to pay the $1,000 fine and the $1,000 compensation within a year. He has until next year to pay both of them.
Former UDP Deputy Leader and Senator Patrick Faber has been cleared of all criminal charges after the Belize Magistrates Court dismissed the matter this week. On Tuesday, May 5th, Faber appeared before Court Number 3, represented by attorney Orson Elrington, where both charges against him, obstructing a police officer and aggravated assault on a police officer, was struck out. The case stems from an incident that occurred on Tuesday, April 29th on Bay Street in Belize City, involving Police Constable Dante Smith, who was on checkpoint duty at the time. Police reported that a white pickup truck allegedly drove past the checkpoint at high speed, prompting officers to pursue the vehicle. It was later stopped along Buttonwood Bay Boulevard, where Faber was identified as the driver. According to the police report, officers informed Faber of traffic violations, including an unlicensed vehicle and defective lights. The situation escalated when officers accompanied him to his residence, where he presented his driver's license. During that interaction, Faber began recording officers and allegedly moved close to PC Smith while he was conducting his duties, despite being instructed to maintain distance, leading to claims of obstruction and aggravated assault. Following the matter before the court, both charges were dismissed. The reason for dismissal has not been disclosed. Amid ongoing discussions about the future of healthcare support in Belize, attention is increasingly turning to the Cuban Medical Brigade and what its potential removal could mean for Belize's already stretched health system. As of March to April 2026, the government of Belize has found itself in a delicate position regarding the continued presence of Cuban medical professionals amid increasing pressure from the United States, with ongoing talks about possible alternatives, including recruiting health-care workers from other countries. More than 100 Cuban medical workers currently serve across Belize, particularly in rural and specialist health services. Having been a part of the system since the 1990s, their possible removal raises concerns for continuity of care at a time when the sector is already under strain. Belize's nurse density currently stands at approximately 23.5% per 10,000 people, which marks significantly below global averages. President of the Nurses Association of Belize, Renita Pop, says the association continues to advocate for greater investment in nurses.
Well, the challenges are many.
there are several challenges. So we're faced with beginning with the shortages of nurses. We have lost 100 of our nurses over the last 2 years to bigger countries like the US, Canada, Europe. So that has led to some burnout with the remaining staff that remain in country. We have still, like we learned earlier, we are facing extreme shortage of nursing educators. So, and we realize the importance of our nursing educators because, as rightly Dr. Castillo mentioned this morning, without our educators, there will be no nurses. So this is alarming for us as a country, for our profession, and for the health of our nation. So there needs to be some more investment in our nurse educators, in different, and not only nurse educators, we do need different other specialties, our nurse anesthetists, our psychiatric nurse practitioners, our operating room nurses. There is, at the moment, in some great initiatives though from the Ministry of Health with nurses specializing in nursing administration, public health nursing, and currently 2 nurses are abroad specializing in nurse anesthesiologists. However, while we appreciate and recognize this, we do know that it takes a lot, finances and so forth. Yeah. So we continue to implore on our government to invest more in nursing.
Given these concerns, the question now being asked is what would the removal of the Cuban Brigade mean for Belize? Here's Pop's perspective on the matter.
If it should, in my personal opinion, if it should abruptly, we take away all our Cuban medical personnel today, and we do not have the replacement that is needed, then it will definitely affect the health services that we offer to our communities, not only from the nursing perspective, from the medical officers too. So a lot of our, especially in the southern part of our country, where we have a majority of our Cuban medical personnel functioning. So yes, I do believe personally that there will be some impact on the healthcare system, and especially to our rural communities in the south.
The 71st Annual Nurses Conference was held today at the University of Belize. Was held at LifeNet in Belmopan as part of activities celebrating Nurses Week 2026 under the theme, Our Nurses, Our Future, Empowered Nurses Saves Lives. Observed from May 6th to May 12th, Nurses Week recognizes the dedication and invaluable contributions nurses continue to make across Belize's healthcare system. With approximately 980 licensed nurses in the country, today's conference brought together healthcare professionals for a general nursing education system. The conference featured a wide range of discussions from ethics and professionalism in nursing to the introduction of artificial intelligence within healthcare. Following the conference, we caught up with the president of the Nurses Association, Renita Pop, who spoke on the importance of empowering nurses year-round and ongoing initiatives aimed at supporting nurses in Belize.
So empowerment for nurses. So from the association perspective, what the association does to empower nurses, not only today but throughout the years in the last years, we've been offering continuous nursing education, which is very, very important to empower nurses, as we've been hearing this morning. In order to be empowered, it also goes back to education, life learning. And once we have empowered nurses with up-to-date information, skills, clinical competence, then we can expect healthier society, better quality care in our institutions, and of course a healthier nation at large. And also, as an initiative of the Nurses Association to look at the social economic welfare for nurses, we've been constantly lobbying and negotiating for land from the Ministry of Natural and Resources Department. And up to date, we have been able to successfully acquire 287 lot titles. And tomorrow we have a land clinic specifically designed or designated for nurses, where nurses will be able to attend and sort out any land issues that they may have at this land clinic, which we're very grateful for. And I take this moment to thank the Ministry of Natural Resources for working with us and giving us this opportunity tomorrow.
We'll take our last break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Flowers are more than petals and stems. They are messages. They speak when words fall short. At Bow and Our Flowers, every arrangement tells a story of love, gratitude, comfort, and celebration of moments that matter. From heartfelt condolences to joyful milestones and everyday surprises, we treat your moments as if they are our own. We're more than a flower shop. We create customized gift baskets filled with adorable items, making every gift truly unforgettable. At Bow and Our Flowers, our promise is simple: quality, heart, and arrangements that create long-lasting memories. Visit us in Nopan or Spanish Lookout. Contact us. Bow and Our Flowers, where every flower has a purpose and every gift hits the heart.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you never in the kitchen. But I'm going back in there right now. And the coffee maker?
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
What you do now?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know the more you open and close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool.
Uh-huh.
For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's home patient in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation Jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Box with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation Jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day was observed here in the capital with a blood drive aimed at encouraging volunteer donors. The initiative, held in partnership with Medicare Plus Pharmacy, brought together officials from the Western Regional Hospital and Red Cross volunteers to support the need for safe blood supplies in Belize. Red Cross volunteer Brenda Mendoza told us more about the significance of Red Cross Day.
Today we celebrate World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day, a day that reminds us of the importance of kindness, humanity, and helping those in need. The International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement has helped people all around the world during emergencies, disasters, and difficult times. Here in Belize, volunteers continue to make a difference in many lives. It is not always easy to find blood donors. A simple donation can save a life, the life of a mother, a child, or someone in an emergency. Today, I want to thank all volunteers and donors for your kindness and service. I also encourage more people to support blood drives and become regular donors.
Also speaking with us was Jose Guerra, supervisor of the blood bank at the Western Regional Hospital. He explained how individuals can become donors and what they can expect before donating blood. Guerra also pointed to the pivotal role of blood donation in the healthcare system.
Well, first of all, our donors, the first qualification is the age, and it's from 18 to 65 years, that age, in good health. Both males and females can be blood donors, and to come to donate blood, we need to have the person have their vitals checked at the hospital, and then they proceed to the lab where we screen them with some questions about general feelings and general health and usage of medication and medical history. And after that, we take a blood test, either from the finger, we take a tube from here, and we check the level of blood and the blood type if it's unknown. Who can donate blood? Why would you donate blood? So we have two types of blood donors. The most common one is what we call a replacement donor, and that would be that if your family member needs blood, then you come in and you donate. However, we try to encourage people to become voluntary blood donors, and in that way, whenever their family needs blood and they are unable at that time, they can draw down from what they have donated and have deposited in the blood bank, and makes the process a lot faster. So that's the reason we're here today. We're looking for volunteer donors, and you come in, you donate blood, you help save lives, and at the same time you are building an account for you and your family. So in a sense, that's how it works, and we come out to facilities like Medicare Plus Pharmacy, who encourage us to come out, and we work with them, and we try to get as many donors as we can, because we're always working in a deficit at the hospital. And who needs blood? People that are anemic, whether it's because of a disease condition, maybe cancer, diabetes, renal failure. Sometimes we have women during their pregnancy, the blood fails, they would need blood. People that have a trauma, gunshot, chapoon, maybe an accident. So those would be people that need blood, and the other category would be persons that are having surgery. There's a list of medications, and the first and foremost, if you took a Tylenol, aspirin, any medication for fever or pain, we ask you to wait 72 hours before coming to the hospital. If you're on antibiotics, you won't be able to donate, and we generally recommend that it's about 3 to 4 days after the last dose of antibiotic that you try to donate. People with conditions like heart conditions, people who had a history of cancer, whether it's in a remission or not, will not be able to donate. Also, we have our mothers that one year after having a baby, they are excluded from that whole year from donating blood. Well, for the entire country, the importance is that the government cannot manufacture blood. There is no blood is a natural, or it's a natural organ. It's a liquid organ. It's a substance of life, and it gives us life. And it cannot be manufactured, cannot be duplicated, and we cannot use from any other species. It has to be human for humans. So that's the first reason we need blood. Then we need it because with anemia, the anemia can be from, as I previously mentioned, chronic disease like kidney failure, cancer, sickle cell. That's a natural one. So those people need blood. Maybe a mother who had a childbirth and lost a lot of blood during the process. She needs blood, so we have to give them the blood as well. People are dying traumas, and we see that almost weekly on the news. Accidents, people get shot. Unfortunately, there's stabbings, there's choppings. Those people, when they come to the hospital, have been bleeding. We need to give them blood. Other categories, you may have people that were in a fire. They may not need blood, but they need the plasma, and the plasma is the liquid part of the blood, and the only way to get that is taking out the blood. So again, they need blood products. When it comes to blood products, we have whole blood, which is the cells, and the liquid, we have packed cells, which is a concentrated red blood cell mix. We have platelets, and that's a small concentrate of just platelets, remove all the cells and most of the plasma. And then we have one we call cryoprecipitate that has special clotting factors that we have to freeze because they are what we call heat labile. They are destroyed easily by the heat. So we freeze them, and when you have certain conditions like hemophilia, those patients get the cryoprecipitate. There are other conditions. There are certain cancers that can exacerbate that, and then you may also need some cryoprecipitate. So those are the main components we do in Belize, and we transfuse persons daily at the hospital, and that happens at all our hospitals within the country, both public and private. And the entity that collects blood for the entire country is the Ministry of Health and Wellness through all its hospitals and polyclinics that are approved, and the private sector does access the blood from the government of Belize. So even if you say, well, I'm going private and you need blood, you still need to have it donated at us.
And that's the news. Thank you for joining us. From all of us here at Plus TV, have a good night and God bless.